I want to first extend my gratitude to the school, Guru Nanak Institute, to the management. Gentlemen, thank you. To the faculty, Chintan ma'am, thank you so much. To the students who helped us out, thank you guys. Thank you. And to all of you for joining us this morning, thank you. So we've, Kavita, thanks so much for the intro to the pecan nut and its benefits and its importance in the culinary world. So what we are going to do, some chefs are going to come in here and put out some applications that will help you. How many of you, you're doing a 3 or 4 year program? How long is the course? 3 years and 4 years. How many first year students? Raise your hands. First year, second year, third year, and fourth year. How many of you have had a pecan nut before? How many of you have had a pecan nut? 1, 2, 3.
Can I ask somebody to pass around the pecan nuts to everybody?
Yeah, it's done, Chef. They're coming. Yeah, thank you, Chef Anil. So, let's start off the morning with making this historic for the very first time in your life. Your life is going to change from this moment on. Are you open for that? Very weak. Maddo, stop the pecan. Are you excited about having the pecan or not? Yes! Come on, guys. So weak. Okay, so please, thank you. Super, thanks. We're going to hand the pecan nut to you, but your responsibility here, and remember there are prices, Chef Bali just mentioned. Your responsibility here is to give me the flavor orientation or the texture profile of the pecan nut. You are all in hotel management school. You should be able to identify the flavor profile of the pecan nut. Guys, don't be discussing this, okay? Just take the pecan nut and try it for yourselves. Now you can start my 30 minutes, okay? You ready? 30 minutes start now. All right. So guys, here, you will get the pecan nut. Everybody's got the recipe booklet here. Everybody got the booklet first? Show it to me. Raise it. Open to page number 36, 37. Okay, we're going to start making a pecan chocolate nut tart. Guys, everybody's made a tart before? Everybody's busy eating. Yeah. Okay. So,
We have some order here because Chef Anil is probably the most senior most chef this country has ever seen. So I really want to try to show respect and honor, and that means mouth sealed and everybody looks here.
Thank you. Guys, I just want to continue where Chef Ajay's left off. You guys are going to be in the industry, right? There are 3 very important things for you. 3 very important things, regardless of what you learn in your 3 or 4 years. But the most important things for you will be discipline and respect for time. First of all, time is important. Each of us have just 30 minutes with you. Your responsibility here is to get the most of these 30 minutes. We've done many demonstrations before. So this is not our first one. This is the first one for you guys with pecan nuts because most of you have never even tasted a pecan nut before. Alright, so it's important for you to pay attention and stay focused on what's happening here. We already started the presentations late. So you have to learn to have respect for time, your workspace in terms of cleanliness, and then respect for your uniform. Okay? If you can take these 3 things out of the 3-4 year program, that's great. The rest will follow. Then it's about skills development and the intellect of whether it's culinary, baking and pastry, or food service management, whatever it is. Okay, guys, are you with us now? Yes. Okay, good. Let's get started again. Okay, so we are on page 36, 37. Has everybody made a tart dough before? A short crust? You have. So this is a short crust. The recipe is on page 36, the very first recipe. The difference here is that we have used pecan flour in the dough. And the importance of that is the nutritional value that Kavita explained to us. And also we are adding more fat to the dough. So that fat will help give it a better texture profile. We've eliminated the eggs. This is an egg-free recipe. And we've incorporated a pecan nut flour because of its fat content. So working with the dough is a little tricky, but the texture profile is outstanding. So this is the first part. The second recipe we are going to make is the pecan nut praline paste. I'm going to first pipe it in the tart shell and I'm going to show you then how to make the paste. Okay? All good? I'll pipe the paste so the paste has time to settle in before we put the ganache on top, and then I'll show you how to make the paste. We've had an incredible bunch of students help us get this demos organized for all the chefs. And we have here one of our own, Chef Ishan, who's done the 6 months baking and pastry program at SEB Mumbai and the 6 months culinary program with Chef Bali and Gurgaon. So I'm piping the nut paste in. This tart is primarily based around pecans, caramel and chocolate. So right here we have a caramelized pecan nut paste. And we'll wait for this to settle before we put the ganache on top. And how do we make this nut paste? We have this recipe here now is on pecan nut praline paste, and or you can also look at the same page at the bottom, the caramelized pecan nut. I'm going to show you how to do this. So we'll take a little bit of water, some sugar, okay, and we start. How many of you have made a caramel before? How many different ways are there to make a caramel? What is a caramel? Let's begin with what is a caramel. Okay, very good. Melt the sugar. Keep heating it till it turns golden brown. And why does it turn golden brown? Okay, how do I get it to turn? Can I just put sugar in a pan and keep cooking it and it'll turn golden brown? Can I do that? Can I just put sugar in a pot? Of course, yeah, heat it. Good point. We put sugar in a pot, heat it, and will it caramelize? So it will melt and then it will caramelize. Can I put sugar in a pot with water, heat it? Will it then caramelize? So there are two ways of making a caramel, right? One is a dry method and one is a wet method. So if I just put sugar and I cook it, eventually it will caramelize. It will start to burn. If I put water and sugar like I just did and continue cooking it, the water will eventually evaporate. And what I'm left with is sugar. And that sugar will eventually caramelize, which is called the wet method of caramelization. In this case, I'll show you. I've cooked sugar and water. I'm cooking it to 107 degrees Celsius, almost like a spring state. You'll see it'll leave like a spring effect. That's when I'll put my pecan nuts in and I'll continue cooking. What will happen now, because of agitation, you will see that the pecan nuts will be coated with the syrup and the agitation will trigger what we call as a phenomena crystallization. This is one of the few applications where crystallization is required or desired. And eventually what will happen to these pecans is the sugar, you see there is no syrup now, you see the syrup is gone. And what I'm left behind is just with dry pecans. And these pecans, when they crystallize, when the sugar around them crystallizes, will separate out. You see they've separated. You see them? Do you hear the sound? So the pecans were toasted. Now when we talk of toasting pecans, you want to toast pecans in an oven. You could do that in an oven. Chef Bali is also going to show you some other techniques of how to roast them. But if you're in the pastry shop and if you have an oven, you would roast the pecans at a high temperature for less time or a low temperature for long time. What do you think? Remember, there are awards, there are gifts for you if you ask questions or give good answers. So, high temperature less time or low temperature high time? So, we prefer to roast the pecans at a low temperature for long time. So, we are looking at 130 to 150 degrees Celsius for a long period of time. The reason for that is the texture of the pecan is uneven. Everybody get a pecan? Everybody tried one? Did you get a feel of the nut? The texture profile, the flavor profile? What do you think of the flavor? Okay. What is the difference in flavor or texture profile between a pecan and a walnut? Very good. A little sweeter, creamier, richer, fattier. Right? So, let's get back to this. You see that the nuts are separated here. There is no syrup left. The syrup is gone. And I'm going to continue cooking it. What will happen now is this syrup that has coated the nuts will caramelize. Anybody else? What is the flavor profile of the pecan? Did you like it? Did you like the flavor? Yes, sir. Guys, you want another one or you have enough there to eat? Guys, from here it looks like you're at the movies. You're watching a show and you're eating popcorn. You're eating pecans. How lucky are you? So here you see the pecans will now start to caramelize. Now there are several opportunities with this. This is a very good base recipe. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to use this, like the sweetened caramelized pecan nut as a garnish. On the savory side, you will see Chef Bali use this with, he would like to flavor it. How else can I flavor this? How else can I flavor this if I want to add a flavor? Can I add some spice to it? Can I add some, what other kind of flavorings can I add to it? Chef, you get to taste the dessert today. Give him a hand. Chef Vicky Ratani just won a dessert. So if you answer, this is what you get. And for the finale, we have a 7-day cruise to the Bahamas. The guy who answers or asks the best questions will get a 7-night cruise to the Bahamas. We already have a winner. Chef Bali is the winner. Okay, can you smell the caramel? So, for the savory side, for the sweet side here, for me the caramel flavor is good. I can always put some sea salt. I can put some vanilla bean. I can put some cinnamon powder. Now for the savory side, Chef Bali's application, he is using some chaat masala. How creative is that? So we are going to put some chaat masala to finish this off. Now caramel is a very subjective flavor profile, right? If you make a caramel in India, if you make a caramel in the Middle East, it's going to be on the lighter side, on the sweeter side. The flavor orientation is going to be sweeter. If I had to make the same caramel in Europe, specifically in France, then I would cook this a little higher because they like the caramel a little strong, more on the burnt side. We would think it's burnt, but they would prefer it to be on the stronger side of the caramel, just like for hot chocolate. If you had a hot chocolate here, and if you went to Paris and had a hot chocolate, they'll give you probably 3-4 ounces or less. Okay, here I am, caramelized, the pecan nuts look good. And now to stop the cooking and to protect the caramel. You see, every pecan is separated, right? To stop the cooking, I have some cocoa butter. I'll put some cocoa butter. This will coat the pecans and prevent the nuts or the caramel from absorbing moisture from the air, or humidity from the air. How many of you have made a dessert with caramel before? Okay, what flavor combinations go well with caramel? You want to win a dessert? What flavor combinations go well with caramel, guys? Sorry? Coconut? Okay, good. And the most popular worldwide. We have a winner. Guys, all your memories as a child, as a kid, it's either a caramelized wafer biscuit coated with chocolate, it's your 5-star, it's your eclair, anything you see, it has to be with caramel. So caramel and chocolate makes the best combination. So hence, that's the idea of this creation. We are using caramelized pecan nuts with chocolate. So this is okay for us. And then Chef Bali, I'm going to add some chaat masala for your creation here. Yeah. So folks, this is my very first savory demo on stage. I'm putting chaat masala. I feel so proud right now. One more. I'm doing a demo on stage, a savory demo now. I call it savory because I've not used chaat masala before. And this is going to be used by Dr. Chef Parminder Singh Bali in his application. Oh my God. Big moment in my life right now here. Okay? I'll put this out. Chef, I'm almost nervous that you're going to be using these. All right. Chef, almost better than the ones I'm going to use. Okay, folks, next I'm going to show you how to make a ganache. Everybody knows what is a ganache? Come on, tell me fast. I got 30 minutes only. Now less. 15 left? Stress. So it is cream and chocolate. So there are several components to ganache. We are changing the texture profile of the chocolate. Chocolate by itself is going to be firm at room temperature. I am changing the texture orientation. It is in my control. I am the creator. I can adjust even the flavor profile of the ganache by adding a flavor. Example, what can I add to a ganache? I can add a fruit puree. I can make it a chocolate raspberry ganache, right? I can add an alcohol. I mean, are you over 18? Can I talk about alcohols? Okay, good. So you can add an alcohol to it. I can add a herb. I can infuse the cream with a herb or a spice. And that will transfer into the finished ganache recipe. So I can have many opportunities in what I want to present in a ganache form. In terms of texture profile, it depends on the ratio of the liquid to the chocolate. In terms of flavor profile, it depends on what I choose to incorporate in the ganache. In this case, I'm going to keep the ganache very neutral. I want the combination of the pecans with the caramel and straight away cacao. I've taken a high percentage cacao, 60% Sao Almond. The chocolate originates in Switzerland. And the beans come from Ghana. Okay, so chef, the ganache first. I'm like a doctor. Okay, so I have some glucose, cream. Who wants to make the ganache? Come, chef, come. So cream and come. So we have the chopped 60% sao palme. Stir this, chef. Very good. So we're going to boil the sugars. Always. The sugars go in with the cream when you make a ganache. Okay. So here we have the glucose. The glucose. Everybody knows what glucose is? It's a. Where does glucose come from? From a starch source, right? It could be potato, it could be wheat, it could be corn. So it goes through a process of hydrolysis and it has this extensibility to its texture. You see, it's very gummy and stretchy. And that's very good for us in applications because it gives longevity to the ganache on the palate. And most importantly, the use of glucose is to prevent the ganache from crystallizing. You saw what crystallization was, right, with the pecans. So we'll bring it to a boil. Good. Your name, sir? Sanket. Guys, give it up for Sanket. Sanket just won a dessert for being up here. So he'll get to, the first one goes to Chef Ratnani. The second one goes to Sanket. Okay, good. Put the butter in. Excellent. Mix it. And then now we will pour this slowly onto the chopped chocolate, the 60% sao palme. Where is this from? Switzerland. Are you listening? Very good. Okay, pour half of this in here. Pour half. Go. Yeah, pour. Stop. Okay, and then now we keep agitating this. So what's going to happen with the heat of the cream? Yeah, good. It melts chocolate. Very important is we monitor the temperature of the finished product. We want to end up around 35 degrees Celsius. That's the best crystallization temperature of the ganache. That is when the ganache will exhibit good characteristics in terms of flavor and texture profile. If you finish at 60, 50, 45 degrees Celsius, you will not have the best setting profile. Okay, good. Yeah, keep stirring. Tell them what the temperature is.
36.
36, right? We are pretty much where we want to be, but we still have some cream to put in. But we still have some unmelted chocolate. So guys, take your time here. Don't be rushed. Take your time. Make sure you emulsify the ganache well. You've got a nice texture profile. We'll pour this ganache. We'll pour this ganache over the pecan nuts we have. Yeah, and here we just have some chopped caramelized pecan nuts before we put the ganache on top. Very good. Pour the rest of the cream in. Now, if you have a lot more cream, then you can even cool this cream down. Don't put hot cream in. You can put on an ice water bath and then scrape the bowl pan. And because this dessert is focused around the pecan nut, I have a higher percentage of nut paste and then the crushed pecans. The nut paste is made with the caramelized pecan. Just take the caramelized pecan, put it in the machine, in a RoboCoupe, in a grinder, and you will have the nut paste that we piped in first. So everybody knows how to make the nut paste. This is the same caramelized pecans chopped. This is the ganache that goes on top. Chalo, good. Come on, I need one other volunteer to come and make the tuile. Who's coming up? Give him a hand. Good job. You remember to come and get a dessert from us. All right? Are they not your friends? You have friends here?
Yes.
How many friends do you have?
All is my friend.
Why aren't they clapping for you? Why aren't they clapping for you? Tell them. Tell them clap for me.
Please clap for me.
And tell them to say the mantra. You know the mantra from the morning?
Yes.
Chef Ajay gave the mantra. What was the mantra?
If I can,
Tell them. Together.
if I can, if you can, if we can, we can.
Woo! Good job. Thank you. So the ganache, we can pour right into the shell. The finished texture of the ganache is beautiful. You see how shiny it is? It's very elastic. Brilliant. Come on, one more volunteer. Who's coming up on stage? We want a lady. Come on. Guys did it. Come on, a lady. Come on, one. Come. Beautiful. Hi. Your name? Mahek? Mahek Agarwal, guys. So, Mahek, what you're going to make is the tuile. Okay, this is the decoration. And the good part is the tuile is also going to be used by Chef Ajay in his preparations. Okay, so this is the recipe right here. The cocoa tuile. Guys, we're on page 37. So, Mahek, what you do is you pour all this. We have glucose in the pan. You pour all this in and start cooking. Yeah, you can put the liquid first. Yeah, excellent. And always scrape. Take the spatula and scrape everything in there. Excellent. Very good. Is this your first demo ever? Very good. Are you nervous? Don't be. We are in this together. Okay, we'll turn this on. Okay, put the butter in too, Mahek. So, folks, we are making the final component, which is the garnish, the tuile that goes on top of the dessert. You see the picture? This is what we are making. All we do is put all the ingredients in. We bring it to a good boil for a minute. We'll put the dry components, which is the chopped pecans and the cacao nibs, the caramelized cacao nibs. Everybody knows what a cacao nib is? A cacao nib. So, where does chocolate come from? From the cocoa pod, which is a fruit that grows on the tree. Within the pod, there are cocoa beans. Right? And this bean goes through a fermentation process, then a natural drying process, goes to the factory, it goes through a roasting process, a breaking process, a grinding process. Sugar is added, is refined into chocolate. So the nib, after fermentation and roasting, is crushed and caramelized. Like we caramelize the pecans, right? So the nibs go through a caramelization process. So that's the cocoa nib that's on there. Excellent. We bring this to a nice boil. Guys, I'll tell you, no matter how many times you make this, but as a pastry chef, it's so exciting every time you see the shine and the texture of the ganache. Do you see this? How beautiful this is? I must have made this, I don't know how many times, but every time you make it, if you end up with a texture and appearance like this, it's very exciting. So who did this? Okay, good job. Well done. All right, we bring it to a boil. We put the dry components, the pecans and the cocoa nibs after it comes to a good rolling boil. And then we can put it on a silk pad or in mats, or in forms, or in a cookie cutter and bake it off in the oven to get a very nice thin tuile. Yeah, excellent. That's how it needs to be. And we mix that in. There we go. Done. And now this, you can put in a container, put it in the refrigerator. As and when you get the orders, you can do it a la minute, or you can make the tuiles and cover it and put it, especially in a dry environment. If it's less humidity, you can have it pre-done. If not, you can do it. So we baked our tuiles this morning, the ones that we're going to finish the dessert with. Excellent. Done. Did you enjoy being up here? Was it fun? Good. Thank you. Great job. Guys. Why are they clapping? Thank you. Thank you. So this is the tuile. It's done. And we had it this morning and we just baked it off to get the decor. What we have now to finish the desserts, so this was pre-done yesterday, and these are the ones that we made today. So we just refrigerated this. You can have it pre-done. As the orders come in, you take it, finish it, decorate it, and out it goes. What I like about the tart is it's a very fresh dessert. I can even finish these. 5 minutes in the chiller, I can finish this and out it goes. So it's a very fresh. Sorry. So I'll make sure. All right. So to finish, this is the chocolate chantilly. A nice healthy dusting. Gloves. I'm going to now finish the dessert, so I'm going to touch the finished components. I don't need that actually. Questions, guys? Anybody has any questions? You have a chance to win still. We have 4 desserts. We're done with 3. Question? Ask. Good question. Why do we use cocoa butter? Because cocoa butter at room temperature, when we talk of room temperature, we are looking at 21 degrees Celsius. At 21 degrees Celsius, 22 degrees Celsius, cocoa butter is in a more solid state. And secondly, cocoa butter is all fat. Butter is 82% fat, maybe 14% moisture. So I don't want any moisture in the caramelized nuts. So hence the choice is to go with cocoa butter. You got a good question. So you just earned yourself a tart. Okay. I'm pretty relaxed because the timekeeper has not told me time up yet. How are we doing? On time? Huh? Right now? Okay, I'm done too. Here.